Hi, Logan. I hope you're having a good week. We are going to be starting a new project today, and I know you've already done some of the research on it where hopefully, you watched the videos about how icons are made, and that you read the Gospels about the birth of Jesus and the Annunciation to Mary and the shepherds and the wise men coming to see Jesus and the whole story that goes with that. So now it's time for us to start on the actual drawing part. So we are going to be doing a portrait of one of the people from the stories that you read, but you will be drawing the face of that person to look like you. We can look at Mr. Warner's examples. He has a couple here that he started and had as examples in his class. And so and both of them he decided to do angels. So he did himself as an angel, and again focusing on the face, and then we have the wings and an arm gesture in this one and a praying gesture in this one. So we're going to create kind of icon-like or icon-inspired portraits of characters from the Bible story, but you will give them, it'll be like you are one of them. So you could do, if you want to be the shepherd, one of the shepherds, you would draw yourself kind of like a shepherd, but the face would look like you. Or you could be one of the wise men, or be a stable boy, or be Joseph, or be an angel. The things that you will need for the drawing that we're going to work, the part that we're going to do today, would be the sheet of paper that I sent home, a pencil with a nice eraser, maybe an extra eraser, and a ruler. We are going to put in the basic design of our drawing today. We will not be using the marker yet. Eventually, we will trace it. I need you to get all those supplies out, and we will get started. I just want to take a few moments to review what icons look like. They usually are a portrait of a person from the Bible that would depict part of a story from the Bible. So in this example, we see Mary, and we know it's Mary because she is in blue. She has the angels to the side, and in her lap is baby Jesus. Around both of them, they have halos indicating who they are. And we have a gold background, and some of the icons that you looked at previously were very similar to this. In this one, we don't have only a gold background. We have a gold, solid gold halo on both Mary and Jesus, but instead we have the blue that lets us know this is Mary in the background that is not quite as dark, and so it makes the gold pop out. And the fabric is very detailed, and there are patterns and designs, and of course lots of folds in the cloth. You saw that in the video. That was the style of the icons. So I just wanted you to see a couple of these again, to remember how they are framed, to remember that they are carved, often carved out of wood, so that they will last longer. And I've shown you pictures of Mary and Jesus, but also here we have one of an angel, and we can see the wings. So there are just a bunch of different styles of icons, but there are some common similarities. So they're going to have objects that would let us know who they are, and then they're often going to have halos, and again, a lot of that gold foil. Just like in the images that you saw in those videos, all of our icons that we saw being made had a frame. And those, of course, were done in wood that was carved out. We are not making any kind of holy image. We're just making an image to remind us of a part of the story. But we're going to create a frame around your paper to act like a wooden frame would have acted. So I took my ruler and put it up against the edge of the bottom of the paper, and I drew a line at the top so you can see I have the bottom part of what we'll use as a frame. And you're going to do that along, so we're going to be putting that border around your whole sheet of paper. And so you can see now I have the side done. We are going to do the top part, which we will adjust and make it into an arch in just a little bit. But again, you put that ruler up against the edge of your paper. And you get it to go all the way across. Okay, so you can see I have a border all the way around my paper. Now, if you remember from those paintings that we had, if you remember, they were arched at the top. So we're just going to cut off part of the corners of ours. And you can just do that by connecting a line in the corner of each side. And then I'm going to go a little bit above the line that I drew with my ruler and connect it as well. Now you can go in with your eraser and clean that up just a little bit. I'm going to also take out the corner straight lines. So it's not perfect, but that gives you a sense of the frame. And then I'm erasing just the little corner lines that we had here. So we just have a frame around. On the inside, okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put our figure in. We're going to use up most of the space to do our portrait in. I'm going to do my self-portrait as an angel, just like Mr. Warner did. But like I said, you could be a shepherd, you could be Joseph, you could be someone who worked in the stable, you could be an angel, you could be a wise man, whatever kind of one that you would want to make decorations for. So I'm going to start by placing kind of an oval slash kind of a egg shape in the center top of my drawing. I want to be able to include a neck, and then we would have shoulders. We'll talk a little bit more about the neck once we get all of the facial features in. You might want to use a mirror as well to look at your own features to give you good ideas. So we're going to talk about how to put your facial features into the oval. So the first thing we want to do is we want to divide this circle in half. Now I'm going to guess that that's about half. I'll use my pencil by putting the edge of it to the line I drew and then my finger at the bottom. And then I will compare the height. So that's not quite in the middle, so I'm just making it a little bit bigger at the top to make up for that line. You could also move the line down. we're going to take this bottom half and we're going to divide it. We're going to do the same thing. Use your pencil up against the edge of the line, put your thumb where the other line is, and you can compare them, and they should be equal. So your eyes are going to be in the middle of your head. Basically, you could fit 5 eyes across your face, the front of your face, if you had that many eyes. So we are going to draw just some edges where the nose would be. That we're going to guess is about 1 eye shape. And again, I'm going to measure it. I'm going to put my pencil on the edge of this line. I'm going to put my finger near the other line, and I'm just going to then remeasure that, and that's going to tell me how big my eyes should be. Okay, so eyes are usually oval. You can look at your eyes specifically to get a better sense of them. Almond shape, oval. So anyways, you can put in lines to mark where your eye is going to be, and you can check those measurements along the side of your face. So you should be able to fit just about 5 eye widths together. The line coming from the bridge of your nose is going to come up over your eyes, and that would be your brow bone. That would be where your eyebrows would be. Okay, so your nose on the average adult comes down halfway on the face. I think you did this in 1st grade at least. And usually the bridge of your nose is thinner up here between your eyes, and then it gets a little bit wider. And we can see Mr. Warner does it really simple. He just basically does a U, and then he does 2 kind of C's, 1 letter C up against it, and then on the other side a backward C. So we are going to do that as well. Just kind of cleaning that up. So we got the U, and then we would do our 2 sides like that. Okay, and your nose should come to that 2nd line. We're going to divide this bottom part into thirds. That means you want to put 2 lines, and you want the distance from here to your chin to be the same as here, and this line to your nose. You can measure it and check it again to get a good sense of that. After your nose, there's a little space here that is just where your lips are formed below your nose. You're going to kind of do a V. I like to almost do a little diamond shape, and the bottom part of that diamond is the top of the lips. So you can see here we've got that V here, and we're just talking about this little V here, that little part of your face. So your eyes should be about as wide as halfway a line through the middle of your eye. So if you put your pencil in the center of your eye, and then just put a mark down where the lips would be, so we would know about how wide we would make them. Your lips are going to fit somewhere in between there. And again, it might be very helpful to look in a mirror to get a sense of that. So, and you can see I fit the lips, if my mouth is closed, between that middle third. Your ears usually start straight across from your eyes, and depending on how old you are, they grow to about the length of your nose. Your ears keep growing as you get older. So if you're drawing someone who's older, you're going to most likely want to give them bigger ears, and that will help make them look older. Your eyes have eyelids, so they're going to have a thickness So you can see I put an outline around it so that and we're going to go ahead and put an iris in. The iris is the colored part of your eye. And then a pupil. Then you can draw kind of some lines for your eyebrows. Get those kind of filled in. Again, we can see Mr. Warner's ones because his are done in the marker. The next thing you're going to want to do is put in your hair. So your hair is not going to start at the top of your head. So if I did it up here, I'd have this huge forehead. Your hair is going to start maybe midway through. And you're going to go ahead and put in, if you have really short hair or hair that's brushed back, you'll put a nice line around your forehead. You're going to put your sideburns in, or the hair that comes in front of your ear. And then you're going to keep it nice and short and cropped if you have short hair. Otherwise, if you had long hair or longer hair, you would bring it off your neck. Now, normally your neck, you're going to follow the edges of your face, and that's kind of where your neck is going to come out of. And then I would put my shoulders in. Now I want to make myself have wings like an angel. So I'm going to put those in the background. Then for the hair, you're going to want to add hair to the top. So that means that can go above your head. And I have bangs, so I'm going to put those in. Then you're going to want to think about the clothes you're going to wear. So you could, if you're the shepherd, you can wear clothing like a shepherd back in those times. Or you could be a shepherd with modern clothing. I do want to remind you on your eyelids, you want to include some eyelashes. And again, make sure that there's a thickness of skin around your eyes so you can kind of see the eyelid. You have all of your facial features in, you're going to want to erase any of the lines that you use to mark where to put your facial features. All right, so what I would like you to do for the rest of the time for this week is I want you to go ahead and add some details, put clothing on. So you can see Mr. Warner has his blue art teacher coverall on in this one. He also has added a halo. I think for mine, I might add that as well in the back, something like that, and I will make that gold. Here Mr. Warner has his cross necklace on, his green shirt with his coverall again. He's got his glasses, so you know for sure this is Mr. Warner. So I want you just to go ahead and add details. You can add details to the wings or to the background. And I just want you to think of all of the beautiful layering and coats of color and detail they did in the icon paintings that you watched. So I would say spend the next couple of days, maybe for 15 to 20 minutes a day, adding some details. And if you need to look at some examples again of different icon art, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, Logan, I hope you've taken some time to start working on some of the details, but I have just put in, so you can see what a more finished piece will look like. I've put in the feathers in my wings. I've added detail to a halo. I've put the hair in. I have the clothing. And then I have a lily, which often in historical religious images of angels, they carried a lily that would be given to Mary. So that's what you want to do for this week. You want to have all the details in your space used up, a frame around your image. You want your facial features in the correct location, eyes in the middle. You want your eyes to be about 1 eye length apart, and they should be like 3/4 of an eye length on each side. You want your nose to come all the way down from that center line to the first half of that, the bottom part of the face. You'll have separated the area below the nose to the chin in thirds. Your lips are going to fit into that central area unless you have your mouth open and show teeth. Your ears should start and come about where your eyes are, and they should come all the way down or close near the bottom of your nose. The older you are, the longer your ears will be. Your neck, you want to trace the side of your face, and it should come off of that line near your chin. This makes sure that your neck is wide enough to hold your 8-pound head. That's the basics for a review for your facial features. Fill in all that space. Next week we'll work on getting these in black, and then we'll be doing some coloring and adding some gold for that icon look. Have a great day. Please post something on Seesaw. I would love to see it.